And we're back. Squid,
Yeah.
we're back to another episode, man.
Yeah. I think the last one for 2021.
Last one for 2021. What a fucking year.
Yeah. You're telling me.
Yeah.
It's been a fucking crazy year.
Yeah, it's been gnarly. But anyway, guys, this is December. You're watching this or listening to this. This is our last episode of the year. I know we kind of had a little gap moment there. Yeah, hello, cat. There's really no way to go about this and without sounding like a liar. We're busy.
Yeah. We still have normal jobs, normal lives, and everything. That's the only way that we could fund this shit. So
yeah, I mean, we'd love to be making more content more regularly and keeping the good times rolling. But sometimes we just have to, do what we got to do. Continue our normal everyday lives to make a little extra money and keep this podcast alive. But
that doesn't mean we haven't been planning or scheming or anything. We got a lot of shit coming up for next year. We already got I think we already got a couple trips starting next year.
I'm honestly, I've sound like a broken record, dude. I've said this so many times, but next year I feel like it's going to be a big year, not only for us personally, but for the podcast. And I think it's going to be great, especially because you guys are going to be tagging along to see all this, fun, crazy, adventurous shit that we got going on. And, we're just happy to bring you along for the ride.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, this episode probably come to you a little bit later, but I mean, we had a couple issues. Like I said, we were working. I was sick. I lost my voice, and I can't really talk without a voice. So,
well, he could, but he sounded like absolute shit.
It was pretty great. It sounded like I sounded like a lifetime smoker, and even though I thought it was funny, it did not sound good on the microphone.
No, I talked to him on the phone, and I was like, who the hell is this? Oh, shit, it's Juan.
Yeah. No, but, man, there's just something that I feel like we should talk about. And honestly, I'm glad that you're up here so we can really go over this. This has been a fucking crazy year, man. From, trying to get back to normal, like in a pandemic-y type stuff, which I don't really care to talk about, but like,
yeah.
What we've accomplished this year and what the podcast is doing and, all the great conversations and all the stuff that we've done has been pretty fucking kick-ass. And honestly,
it's been one of the most fun years I've ever had in my life ever.
Yeah.
This is definitely going to go down as like one of the best years ever. Like, seriously. And that's not just from us doing the podcast, but from you guys and all the response that we get from you guys. It's been fun.
You guys, the listeners, and you guys, the guests, man, it's been crazy. Like, here's how I want to kind of describe it is like when we decided we were going to do this podcast and we knew we had pure intentions going into this and we just wanted to have fun and make creative content and put it out and hopefully someone would like it or, as a response. But the way it kind of took off, I'm flabbergasted. I'm totally taken by the responses and stuff. And I just fucking love being able to talk to all these different people and enjoy a good drink and, keep the good times rolling.
Mm-hmm.
And it's really changed my perspective on a lot of stuff just because you get, you get to talk to these people. And like for a lot of these conversations that we had in the past year is stuff that kind of gave me a different way to look about different things, different topics. And
yeah, we've experienced so many new stories, so many new just directions on life. You take into all that account now.
Yeah, man,
you don't look at everything the same way anymore, and I like that.
Yeah, honestly, I feel like you kind of have to do that because
life gets boring.
Yeah, well, that not just that, but if you only look at certain things in one way and just your way of thinking, you kind of get stuck in the same rut. And when you talk to different people, you're obviously making smart conversation or intelligent conversation in a way that you can pick and choose what you want to open yourself up to. And that's what something that I've definitely grown from since creating this podcast is like listening to certain people and opening my mind into accepting certain ideas that I didn't originally think about on my own, and then having the capability of deciding whether I want to take them on board.
Yeah, I mean, just on this podcast alone, I would say half of these ideas weren't even our ideas that we have. You know, the whole
Yeah,
bucket, like just little things here and there. Um, Everybody that's been
a part.
helping with this show or a part of it, there you see tidbits of them in this show.
Yeah,
One of our biggest players, obviously, like Juan and Fly Like Sora, and Megan, you know, Juan's girlfriend. They
yeah,
put in a lot into this, and
yeah. Their opinions definitely went pretty far, and
yeah,
a lot of our guests have been, and a lot of people that aren't on the show, but are fans of the show. They definitely put in the same sort of inputs that we receive as well.
oh yeah,
And you know, we love hearing from you guys too. So a lot of the questions, dude. Barnika's episode, you remember that?
yeah.
You guys, I listened to that just the other day to refresh myself. But Barnika's episode, man, that you guys sent in some crazy fucking questions, some hilarious ones, and some like philosophical ones too, which is like I really like
Oh yeah.
to hear that kind of stuff. But yeah, I mean that's you guys, the listeners and the viewers, giving us some input that was received on the show. So I mean, from all around, we're kind of we're just excited and happy to see how much involvement we've had.
Yeah, I've loved every step of making this. There's been definitely some challenging times for sure. We had some challenging ones. We've had some really fun ones. Well, I mean, all of them are fun, but some of them more challenging than others. Some of them were just pretty nice and easy. Others weren't.
Yeah,
I mean, take a look at like the one in that we did in Moscow.
yeah, that one was a logistics nightmare. And oh, hey, cat.
You know, all the planning and everything that went to that.
Yeah,
That was it was so cool to finally watch it just come all to life. And we got the episode done, and we had such an amazing time out there.
yeah, and it, dude, fun. Okay, also our guest for this episode, the cat, taking center stage right here, hanging out with our little Christmas tree, or little Charlie Brown tree. She's probably gonna fuck it up
Turn
at
it
some
on.
point.
I forgot to turn it on.
Where's it?
I bet before we go into memory lane, let's crack open some of these brews. I mean, we are only the Brok'n Barstool.
Yeah, let's let it rip, Tater Chip. What are you thinking?
That not the logo one yet. Hang on,
Okay.
we got to save it down later.
All right,
Let's
we got two different beers today.
yeah,
Oh shit.
two that we have never drank before because we
Yeah.
wanted to change it up. We want to do something different. This is Stone Delicious IPA.
Stone is the brewery.
Yes. Where are they from?
I have no idea, man.
They're like
Stone Brewing,
they're
Richmond, Virginia.
So they're like the entire country,
Yeah,
practically. Who knows where they originated from? I'd probably have to look that up. But
Vegan. Ooh.
it's vegan?
Isn't all beer vegan?
I mean, yeah. It's all made from plants.
Yeah, I mean, I've never had an animal-based beer. I mean, okay, think the requirements to being vegan just means that no animals were.
No animal products were used. So, like, you know, obviously milk can't be used. That sort of
Okay.
stuff.
All right, so I guess how some beers can't be vegan.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, if you have like a peanut butter or chocolate milk stout that has milk in it, then I guess that one wouldn't be vegan. And I have no other reason why a beer isn't always vegan.
Once we start fermenting animals.
Oh, Jesus. That one dark. All right, let's give it a try, man.
All right. Oh, look at the little tab. It's got the little logo on there too, like the little devil.
Yeah.
That's kind of cool. Oh, hey, man, cheers. Damn you. Fucking Joe.
All right, sorry, man. Cheers.
Ooh.
That's definitely an IPA.
That is definitely an IPA.
That is good, man. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, that's actually pretty solid. I like that one.
I've always said that my favorite IPA is a citrus IPA, and this one is citrusy. This is citrusy, lemon drop hops, tropical El Dorado hops. A little bit more heavy duty on the alcohol by volume.
Oh,
you know
yeah,
what I'm saying?
7%, dude.
And it has reduced gluten. This is
a healthy
what?
beer.
Yeah, it's vegan, reduced gluten. That's got citrus notes. This is a pretty good IPA.
Oh, that smell I get out of there, too.
Yeah,
That fragrance that's coming out of here is super nice.
yeah. That's something that's. There's really two big identifiers of hops. I mean, there's so many different variations of hops, but when choosing what hops you want to use in your beer, especially in IPAs, you usually lean towards a fragrant hop or a flavored hop.
Mm-hmm.
So this one, I think, is definitely more aromatic than it would be flavorful.
What is I don't know what El Dorado hop is. Like what's that?
Oh, it's just a different strain of hop. Did you know that hops are actually a cousin plant to the marijuana, to marijuana leaves?
They're cousins?
Yeah. So like it's kind of trippy. If you look at hops, they grow the plant kind of looks like marijuana.
Seriously?
Yeah, because like hops are like little buds.
Oh.
And
Okay. So they formed that little bud, and okay.
yeah, and then what makes hops like flavorful or bitter or whatever is actually a little waxy substance that's inside of the little bud, the little hop, and if you break them apart, then that waxy substance is released almost in the same way that like flour is, and
Or like THC.
yeah, like THC.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. I didn't know that until but I guess it's been like 2 or 3 years now. I was talking to a brewer in one of my old favorite breweries. It was called Stella Brewing, but they were recently bought out by a different company. Cat, go do other cat things.
Fucking cat. Yeah, that's totally the color of an IPA too.
Yeah,
100%.
but that Stella Brewing Company is no longer Stella. It's called Loose Screw, which is still one of my favorite. I think I actually have a Loose Screw cup or mug or something.
Don't get me wrong. I think Loose Screw sounds better.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree.
No offense to the Stella name, but I think Loose Screw sounds cooler.
Yeah. But, dude.
Pretty solid.
Solid beer. Recommend?
I'll give it a 7.
A 7?
I'll give it a 7 because it's also going to get you pretty fucked up quick.
Yeah, 7.7 IBU.
No, percent alcohol.
Oh, yeah, ABV.
Yeah. You want to get fucked up quick? Here you go.
Yeah. But, you know what this leads me to think, man?
What?
I don't think about this very often. Or actually, this might even be one of the first times. How many different and new beers we've tried.
Oh my God,
Since
dude.
we started this podcast, man. I actually, on my phone, I don't have my phone, but I have saved all the
beers that
beers that we've rated.
Mm-hmm.
And I gotta say, we've probably hit like the low 20s or somewhere around there, because if every episode we just did one beer, this is 11 episodes.
Yeah, but then there was like a few episodes where we had multiple new beers.
Yeah, so I mean, like for instance, Oktoberfest, we did 4 beers.
I thought it was 5.
It might have been 5.
I think it was 5.
Yeah, you're right. We did do 5.
I think it was 5.
Because we ended. We did the milk stout, the pumpkin one that was trash. Uh, this is where
That one got rated so low. I listened to that. I listened to the episode again because I wanted to find some new clips, and I'm like, God damn, we rated a lot of these hella low, except for that stout.
Yeah,
That stout came out on top.
the stout, the pumpkin one.
And then that last one we had, I can't even remember what it is now, off the top of my
We
head.
had a honey kolsch, and we had the Leinenkugel Oktoberfest.
Oh yeah,
Which
the
I
Leinenkugel
actually,
one.
dude, I like that one so much. I have some in my garage right
Oh
now.
fuck. That one's good though. That one is good. Leinenkugel fucking does some good shit.
Yeah, man. Yeah, we honestly, man, I think if we continue going at this rate, we're gonna be exceeding what local breweries can produce. I think we'd have to expand and start taking in a regional. Um,
Oh yeah, I feel like at some point, because I mean, every time we go to our favorite grocery shop where it has literally a section of just local beers, or I can already start to see the end coming near.
yeah, shout out to Albertsons. We are no
Oh,
way,
yeah.
shape, or form affiliated, but we love their beer section.
But anyway,
But yeah, I mean, like the same thing. I know sometimes we'll go out to dinner someplace, and I do this every time. Is I'll ask, give me a local beer, and the waitress or waiter will ask me, "Oh, well, what do you want?" I say, "Give me anything, make it tall and make it cold, as long as it's local."
mm-hmm.
And
I've started doing that too, and it's you come out with some. Damn it, cat! Leave the tree alone.
Jesus. But yeah, like you were saying that if we continue to go at this rate, we're gonna have to expand to some regional stuff. But
Which I don't mind.
yeah, which I don't mind. It's really, I've always liked craft beer in the past, but I've talked to I don't know how many different people that may have their own opinions about Idaho brewing, but it's really kind of solidified it, man. Like I've always loved this state, and I've always loved local business and what we can produce out of here. Stop it. But now that it's really been part of my personal agenda to try these different beers, I can personally say without a doubt in my mind that I feel like Idaho as a state can produce some pretty high level craft beer.
There's definitely some there, but there's got to be also some good ones in other states though. So I think that's where we're gonna have to start expanding. I think the first state I really want to explore next would be Colorado. I feel like they would have some crazy stuff.
I already had that in my mind. I was like, please say Colorado,
Yeah,
because they are so heavy duty.
Yeah.
when it comes to the craft beer scene, man. Like them and probably Washington, right?
Ooh, Washington would be a good one.
Yeah.
I think so.
But honestly, I'm pretty content with expanding this to Colorado because they already have a pretty
they have a heavy scene.
pretty well known craft beer scene. And also that's where the boy JG Skrilla came from. You know what I mean? Shout out to Jay Gallegos.
So yeah, if we ever do like a Colorado episode or something like that, we have to bring him on.
Oh yeah,
for that one,
for sure. But that man, I'm like so tempted to give away spoilers for this upcoming year, but I just can't, man. You guys are gonna have to wait and see what the Brok'n Barstool is gonna bring to the table. But I'm excited for it, and
some of the people that we've come in contact with that want to come onto the show and stuff lately, some of them are exciting, and I'm really pumped.
Yeah, future trips. We're definitely working our way to some pretty quality and heavy duty content, and oh my god, I wish I could quit my day job and just do this all the time, but like what caused our little pause before, it's reality. We have to do that kind of stuff so we can continue to produce better and better content, man.
We just gotta grind.
Just keep grinding. But I'm looking forward to. Actually, no. Let me take this back. I don't want to give too much away, so I kind of want to do a little throwback.
Yeah,
Want to do a throwback?
let's do it.
Okay, man. Just what was your favorite episode? Take away the whole editing stuff and
Oh,
the
obviously.
production, just being in the episode, and uh, I guess your favorite one to be a part of.
I think mine has to be the Moscow one, just because it's been a while since I
It's
was.
been a while.
It's been a while since I've ever actually went out to the wilderness and disconnected from like everything and everybody other than obviously the people that were there. Um,
Really regrounded yourself.
oh man, it was so nice because I was because like again I do retail, so I'm always surrounded by people and some of the stupid shit that they do.
Yeah,
And it was just nice to disconnect from everything.
dude, I agree so
you were
much, bro.
you were just in the wilderness. You just kind of just sat there and just had a great time. A close second would be our first episode. Our very first episode, just because after so much planning and everything,
And it finally came.
finally
Together.
watch it all come together, especially because we had quite a bit of people show up that day, just because they wanted to come by and just say hi, and it was they wanted to see the first episode just
Yeah, you know
start
what?
to come to fruition.
What that made me think of.
What?
So I've heard, I don't know how many times, that podcasting is blowing up, and it is because
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I think right now there's somewhere around like 14 million podcasts that are available on the internet right now worldwide. And it went from 1 million podcasts to 14 million in the span of, I think, like two or 3 years.
Wow. Everybody
But
just wants to do it.
yeah. I guess, well, you have to take in consideration that a lot of them, even though they are now live and available to listen and watch on the internet, aren't all still producing content.
Oh, very true.
Like, for instance, another creator of under the same name of the Brok'n Barstool, they were a podcast group that is no longer producing content. We don't have the same name as far as spelling, but when we were choosing our name, we had to go about things legally so we didn't infringe on their rights.
Yeah.
But yeah, those guys are no longer doing podcasts.
Yeah, they stopped doing them. I think they only had like 4 or 5 episodes, and that was it.
Yeah.
They were done.
But
and we're what episode?
11 or 12 or something like that.
We're on 12, 13? I can't remember now.
I do honestly can't remember. But my whole point with bringing that up was that what I thought was super interesting is that with how popular podcasting is becoming, how little people knew about it or have been around a podcast setting, like a studio, or I guess a lot of people don't really have studios. We just kind of created a studio.
Yeah, us here. Like this is just all makeshift out of one of Juan's extra rooms. So
Yeah, but I mean it works, and the part that it made us feel, honestly, for me, it made us feel kind of special, because when we were doing our very, very first episode, it was at an Airbnb we had rented.
Oh yeah.
And we're doing it in the kitchen of that Airbnb, and we just
There's
had
a
a
lot of
small
growing pains in that one.
yeah.
Fuck.
We just had a for real. We just had a couple, like a small group of people, mostly just the people that were going to be on the episode, and their friends were invited. And next thing we knew, we had a small crowd of people watching us, and it almost felt like
we're putting on a show.
Yeah, it almost felt like we were putting on a show. Like,
it was nice.
We know that this, like, podcasting is a form of entertainment, but it felt like, I don't know what it would feel like to be on stage and performing for people. You know what I mean? Like, it felt like almost like a live experience, having a small crowd.
Oh yeah.
But and with how well that episode went, considering we had absolutely no experience and we came out of this fresh out of the box.
Oh man, let me take you on the backstage of this episode for a quick second. So I think we only technically had 3 mics.
Yeah,
3 mics.
So we had 3 mics.
We only technically had 3 mics, and we had it on one of those stupid little dinky stands that came with it.
Yeah, the little tripod stands.
Yeah. And so and like we had invited. So remember how we first wanted to do the Joe episode as well that night, including our very first episode with Fly Like Sora.
Yeah. Okay, so it was supposed to be a 2-episode night.
Yeah, because we wanted to, since we got this opportunity, let's kill 2 birds with 1 stone. Let's do that. Since we're getting so many people together, why not? But we needed another mic, and Joe was like, "Hey, I have a mic we could definitely use, this and that." And we're like, "Okay." So we brought it over. God damn, we did not know how to work that mic of his because it was like a totally different type of mic.
Yeah, he does audio production for like vocals and music, and it was still an XLR mic, and we got it set up, and
it sounded like shit.
He didn't have a stand. He didn't have a stand other than his studio booth stand. So we had this long ass fucking stand with a big old boom on it.
Was it a duct tape too?
Yeah, it was duct taped. It was all yeah. And I remember we had set it up, and we're like, why the fuck do we hear so much background noise? And it turns out the mic was set backwards in his.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I remember. He's like, oh shit! He just turned it around. He's like, oh, that's why it was doing that.
Yeah, we're like telling him to speak louder because we can't hear him because it's picking up all of our background noise and shit.
Yeah, oh man. My god, that shit was hilarious. Yeah. Oh fuck.
So, okay, we strayed away from the original question, but I had asked you which one was your favorite episode, and you said Moscow, right?
Moscow, but the first would be a close second.
Yeah, honestly, I want to agree with you so much because I had so much fun in Moscow. But I can't take away the experience and the feeling of finally getting it going of episode 1. Episode 1 was just, I mean, as difficult as it was and as many growing pains it was, it just felt real and natural, and it solidified the fact that I wanted to keep podcasting.
Yeah.
So I'd have to say my favorite episode is episode 1.
Yeah, no, I mean, if it weren't for the fact that just how resetting, I guess, the Moscow episode was just for me personally, and then plus just how much fun we had out there. I think our first episode was my favorite, but Moscow kind of takes it by just a little bit.
Yeah, it's honestly, dude, I would probably agree with you 100% because you just can't beat being out in nature and enjoying having some separation from your day-to-day grind and actually not just there for a podcast, but actually enjoying our time out there fishing and hiking and camping and the whole experience.
It wasn't just an episode, like, just to go do an episode. It was also kind of like a vacation for us as well. Yeah. Plus, we also got to do the episode.
Yeah.
But I think that might be taking over soon with one of the trips we got planned next month.
Yeah, that's right. A little foreshadowing. But you're absolutely right. I guess we'll see what the Brok'n Barstool's cooking up in the future. But,
we'll see if it'll take it over. But
yeah. All right, man. Well, let's see. We started this show.
Ooh, I got a controversial pick.
Okay, all right.
I got a controversial. What would be your least?
My least favorite episode?
Your least favorite episode so far.
Ooh, my least favorite episode. That's that one's hard because I absolutely love doing this. But I already have an answer right off the bat.
What is it?
Culture Corner.
Why?
I was in so much pain. I was in so much pain on that episode. My back was so fucked up. and it was like very last minute because we had done bottled up Barnica the day before,
Yep.
but we didn't have the same area to reuse for a studio. So what we did
We had a
is,
makeshift
yeah,
something
we had to
else.
makeshift something
And
last
and
minute.
and like in within 24 hours. And mind you, after that Barnica episode, we got really fucked up.
Yeah, we were already a little drunk from doing the Barnica the day before, and I guess a little hungover. Excuse me. And so my back had been hurting.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
it's because Jesus late.
yeah,
Okay. Let me tell you what happened. So after we were done, and we were, all of us were just drinking and having a good time. It was at Jesus' house or Juan's brother's house that we did it at, and so we had, after the episode, we just wanted, have some fun,
yeah. Just have some beers and have a good time.
and we were now at that point we were drunk, and so Jesus was just trying to pop everybody's back for some reason. I can't remember how we got to that point,
I
but
don't remember.
he was starting to pop everybody's back. So he did mine, and then he did Juan's, but he did hit on the floor, and he like pushed into him, and instead of popping his back, he just fucked his back up.
Yeah, he fucked my back up so bad. And like, don't get me wrong, my back did crack. I think he decided to pop everyone's back because I told him that I was feeling really stiff from hunching over, and he's like, "Oh, let me pop your back," and then he popped everyone's back. He's like, "Oh, do mine, do mine," and then he did mine, and it fucking wrecked me. And like I felt fine that night, but I think it was honestly because I was a little drunk. And the next morning, dude, I woke up in so much pain.
This guy was fucking crying.
Yeah, I was like doubled over, and oh my god, everything was absolute agony. And then I realized I have to suck it up for this podcast later tonight. And I mean, don't get me wrong, I absolutely loved that podcast. Shout out to Hector G and Carlos for being good sports about this impromptu studio location.
Yeah, for real. Like I think we changed the location twice on them before they're like, okay, yeah, we'll show up.
Yeah. And they were good sports about it all. We had a great podcast. Honestly, a super super fun conversation with those guys. Funny as all hell, and just good to talk to. But yeah, I'd have to say that is my least favorite, just because of how much pain I was in. And we were just sitting in some little folding chairs
Oh
that
yeah,
were
I
so
remember.
fucking uncomfortable. I think if you watch the video, you can see me readjust at least like 30 times because I'm so fucking uncomfortable.
Oh yeah. I think my least favorite might have to be. I think it might have to be that one too. Just doing it though, like doing that episode is probably my least favorite because again, we we were literally like getting lit up like the night before, and once we woke up, we're just like, oh fuck, we still have to do an episode tonight,
Oh yeah.
and we're dead shit tired,
Yeah.
and we're like, fuck,
It was a hustle. That one was definitely a grind.
yeah, no, it was it was tough to go through it, but honestly though, I think my favorite story probably came out from that episode.
Yeah.
The Carlos story
The Carlos story.
about his one lung and and all of the stuff that he went through. That's got to be my favorite story that we've told on this podcast so far.
Yeah.
Was that one?
That was a good one. Dude, there were so many good stories, dude. So many good conversations
Oh, yeah.
came out of this year. Barnica's story was really good.
Yeah, it was.
And,
Totally.
And what really like put the cherry on top for me was the questions that we got from you guys.
Yeah.
That one really dude, that was a good conversation. I really liked that one.
Yeah. No, it was a crazy conversation.
Yeah. What other good stories did we have?
I think another funny one was the
Jesus and Sam.
Jesus and Sam. The
blood,
one
blood,
with
sweat, and beers.
yeah, the one where they they were talking about that one guy that that was old as shit but was still like out hustling them and everything.
The gold hard hat.
Yeah,
The gold hard hat.
gold
guy.
hard hat.
Yeah, gold hard hat guy. And Elon Musk creating a Neuralink.
Oh,
And he's like, "Yeah, dude, put me in a robot and send me to war. It's game over, buddy." He's like, "It's game over. I'll be a Roomba. I'll suck the shit out of that floor." Bzz, bzz, bzz.
That shit's so funny in this day. Oh
yeah,
fuck,
man.
I think another story that stands out to me was the one for Halloween.
Oh
when
my God.
we went to that bar.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, that shit was hilarious. Oh
Dude,
my
that
God.
was another contender for my favorite podcast. It was
The Halloween one.
Halloween. Absolutely.
I love that story in general
Yeah.
because we were planning on doing something super cool so we can like talk about it on the podcast, and we end up going there and it turns out to be a bust.
Not a total bust, but it was a bust.
It was a bust to do like the creepy stuff, because we wanted to do something fun like that just to share on the podcast.
Yeah.
But instead, we ended up going to the most wild bar ever, and we were it was just awkward as hell. Holy crap! Never been that awkward ever
Yeah.
in a bar.
In a bar. But oh man, so many great moments over this past year, and so many great people. Obviously, one of my favorite. It's like, again, we can't really pick favorites because all of them are just
All
so
of them
much
were
fun.
good. I had fun with all of them.
But Bluebirds in Buffalo, our 4th of July special.
That one was good.
That one was so fucking hilarious.
And then the stuff that we got into before too, it was so funny.
Yeah. You know what? And honestly, man, those guys are like such a good conversational duo. Like,
Oh, yeah.
trying
Fly
to
Like
talk,
Sora and Joe,
trying to
dude.
talk to Fly Like Sora and Joey D at the same time, man. I'm borderline tears because those guys are just so fucking funny.
They play off each other so
they
well.
play off so well, man.
Oh fuck.
But yeah, man, Bluebirds and Buffaloes. Honestly, dude, another fun part of doing this is creating the names. I like doing that.
I love making the names. It's so fun because I'll text them. I'll be like, hey, what do you want to call this episode? And he's like, he spits out like 5 or 6 different names, and I'm just like, then I look at them and I'm like, and I go, why don't we do this and this and this? And he's like, why don't we do this, and then we do this, and then we do this, and then it just finally comes together.
Yeah,
we go through like 4 or 5 editions before we're just like, that's the one.
Sounds good.
That's the
that
one.
sounds good. Yeah.
Unless it was like the Halloween Oktoberfest. That was easy.
Yeah.
We're just like, this is what we're going to call it because
That's what it is.
it's what it is. And we're going to do it again. Like,
Yeah.
it's
Those are going to be reoccurring.
for sure. It's probably going to be like part 2 or number 2. Or I don't know.
Yeah.
Whatever we plan on end up doing at that time. But
Yeah.
those ones are pretty easy to name. But like the other ones, I think Bluebirds and Buffalo is probably my favorite name we've come up so far.
Yeah.
Mountains and Modelos. I love that name too.
Yeah.
That one was good too.
Blood, Sweat, and Beers.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, yeah, dude. Though, Bluebirds and Buffaloes. It was a really good name.
And then the only reason why we came up with those names is because the Bluebirds was from the local beer that we had on that show.
Yeah, it was Bluebird Pilsner
Yep.
from Grand Teton Brewing Company.
And then the Buffalo was from we talked about our white buffaloes. I think
Great White Buffalo.
Yeah,
Yeah, the one that got away.
exactly.
Yeah, that was a
that's how
funny
it
story.
And then that's just how it came up.
Bluebirds and Buffaloes. Man.
It just worked.
Yep. Man. If there was one activity that we did on this podcast that you want to do again, what would it be?
The guess the beer.
Guess the beer.
I want to redeem myself.
100%.
I want to redeem myself because I looked like I did not know shit. Okay, I looked like a fucking fool on that episode, and
You know,
I now want to redeem myself. Damn it!
And well, yes and no. I think yes, you scored low, but back then I don't think that your palate was anywhere as good as it is now. And that's something that you gain from this show is you have a much stronger palate when it comes to tasting beer.
Yeah. No, I've never drinking this many types of beers ever in my life. It was always just give me the Mexican shit. That's it.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
fine.
It used to honestly, it used to just be Corona, Modelo, and
Stella. I like Stella too.
Yeah, he does like Stella.
I like Stella, but ever since we started doing this and I started getting like more of the IPAs and this and that,
Stouts.
oh, the stouts. Oh, dude. Oh, by the way,
Ooh, is it time
Ooh.
for number 2?
let's do it. Let's bring out the local brew that we've brought on this time around. It is. Is this one? Yeah.
Yeah.
It is Slow Draw Oatmeal Stout by Country Lane Brewing. It is brewed in Garden City, Idaho. So shout outs to them.
That's only like a 5-minute drive from the studio.
Oh, it tells you like the malts and the hops on the side too.
Oh, does it?
Yeah, look at that.
Malts, 2-row, hand-tossed oats, Victory, chocolate roasted barley, Carapils Crystal.
Crystal.
Yeah.
Kind of crystal.
Ooh. It is from Garden City. We're about to find out. Hops, East Kent and Golden.
I do got to shout out the design on the can. I think it looks sick. It's a cowboy with some
it's a
revolvers. Yeah.
Bandito with his 6-shooters.
Yeah.
Yeah, look at you, fella.
It looks sick. I like it.
Yep, slow draw oatmeal stout.
6.6%, 38 IBU.
Well, it shouldn't be super bitter then.
No.
From Country Line Brewing Company.
It's a stout, so we got to do the Joe thing. I think it's only fair.
Yes,
we're going to pour it into a glass. Obviously, we're still going to drink it first out of the can because stouts apparently taste different in
different settings. Yes.
Yeah, in the environment that you are pouring it from.
from said container.
Exactly. Okay, so
and when we pour it in the glass, we have to make sure it has a lot of head.
Oh yeah. So just drop it in. Don't even
just fucking slosh it up in there. All right, cheers.
All right, cheers. Ooh. I'm into it.
Damn.
I'm totally into it.
Damn. Yeah.
Okay, this one is actually way better in the can than the last one, than the last stout that we had.
Dude, you guys have to know. You have to know by this far in this podcast that I'm not the biggest fan of stouts. And honestly, man, the more that I try it, I'm leaning towards liking stouts, man.
Stouts have this this one kick in them, and you're just like, okay, yeah.
You know what I've decided that when I go grocery shopping at our favorite grocery store, shout out Albertsons, we're in no way, shape, or form affiliated. I get a Guinness, I get a Guinness on draft, and because at this particular Albertsons, they have a bar
on the inside.
Yeah, that
this is probably this should be our grocery store just because it has a bar in it.
Yeah, you can get a drink, you can get a beer. They got draft beer, they got cans, bottles. They got a full bar, and once you get your drink,
you can walk around and do your grocery shopping while you drink.
You can get your toilet paper and your chicken nuggies and your chalky milk and whatever the hell else you're gonna buy, and enjoy a nice adult beverage.
And they have like a whole like food bar section too. They have sushi in there. They have barbecue in there. And
it went way further than just going to your local deli.
No, this is legit. This is why we always go there.
Yeah. You know how much Orlando likes this place? When I asked him what he wanted to do on
especially on a Sunday morning.
Yeah, exactly. I was gonna say it on a Sunday morning after we just recorded a podcast, and you kind of want a little bit of the hair of the dog to get you going the next day. He's like, Let's go to Albertsons. We'll get some food. And we'll watch some football. And we'll have a beer.
And we'll have a beer. Dude, that is the perfect way to start a Sunday.
Yeah, it's at a grocery store. It's honestly, it sounds weird, but don't knock it till you try it.
No, it's the best way to start your Sunday after you just did a lot of drinking the night before. So you keep the hangover down. Go get another beer at that bar. Okay? Sit down, get some food, and watch some football.
Yeah. Shout out to the Falcons for getting a dub on I guess it would be yesterday, Sunday, against the Panthers. We got that dub.
That was a pretty good win. Ours was an ugly ass win against who did we play? The Bengals.
Yeah.
And we went into OT and we almost lost. Dude.
Yeah.
We got to play better. Way better. That was such an ugly win. We'll take it, but it was an ugly ass win.
Dude, you're telling me, man, any win is okay by me. For honestly, like with how shitty we've been doing. Actually, at Albertsons, I ran into a guy with Falcons scrubs. Like,
shit.
Yeah, he was in the medical field. I was just doing some shopping. I walked past him and I was like, "Hey, man, I like your jersey." He's like, "Oh, it's not a jersey. These are my scrubs." And then I started talking to him. Oh shit! I started talking to him for a minute. And he told me about working in the medical field. He's like, yeah. Then we started getting into Falcons football. And he's like, yeah, man, Arthur Bank needs to fucking cut his ties and get someone in there who knows how to run this team because right now we ain't doing too hot. We've been underutilizing some pretty heavy duty talent.
Oh yeah, I agree.
But
anyways, I think that's enough head.
Oh yeah, it's more head than it is.
What did I call it? I called it the hat.
Crown.
But no, Joe called it the crown.
Yeah.
And then you were like, "No, it's head." And I'm like, "You know what? It's the fucking hat."
Yeah. Yeah. And I was like, "You could call it whatever the fuck you want. You could call it I don't know. I said something stupid."
Oh.
But yeah. Anyway, I'm gonna pour this bitch.
Yeah. Let's because this is the way you're supposed to have stouts.
See, I learned things from doing this podcast. Not a stout drinker, but I'm an intellectual at heart. I like to learn things.
You know what? These don't taste that much different. I'm not gonna lie.
It's in my mustache.
It don't taste that much different. It wasn't like the other one. What was it called again?
Whiskey Barrel Stout.
Oh yeah, Whiskey Barrel Stout. That one totally tasted different with and without head.
Excuse me, but yeah, I agree with you. This is still a pretty good stout.
Oh yeah, no, 100%. I can keep drinking this.
I'm gonna pour the rest of that in the glass. But yeah, another benefit of the Brok'n Barstool, man. You can learn a little something.
Oh yeah, well now we know. If you ever have a stout, you pour it into a glass. Don't drink it from the can.
We're gonna change our description on Spotify and tell them that we're an educational podcast.
We'll show you how to drink your beers.
If there was a pro card, I'd apply for it.
Isn't that just being a bartender?
Yeah. Oh man, because you said that it sparked something that I want to say, but I don't want to give any spoilers for the future. But
you know what story we haven't talked about?
What?
That one where we I can't remember his name now, but it was over at in the mall. It was what's that game place that they have there?
Game place at the mall, GameStop?
No, it's not like a game like video games, but it's like Big Al's.
Oh, that's in the Village, yes.
Yeah, in the Village, yeah. Because we were at Albertsons. Albertsons is right across the store from the Village, or right across the street from the Village, and we bought some of that Post Malone wine, which by the way, isn't bad.
Yeah, the Post Malone wine.
What's it called again? Oh, number 5?
Number 9.
Number 9, yeah. Something like that. Anyways, it's not bad. I recommend
Rose number 9.
Rose number 9. Okay, yeah. It not bad. I recommend it. But
I have some in the kitchen right now, actually.
isn't that the one that I gave you for?
Yeah, we're not gonna drink it. We're not gonna drink
That's
it.
just like 2-3 years old now.
Well, no, not just that. It's been sitting by my stove. Honestly, it became ornamental because we drank that one bottle.
Yeah.
And we had that second one that you gave to Megan, and we kind of just use it as decoration now.
Yep.
Because it doesn't fit in our wine rack because it's a weird shaped bottle.
Mm-hmm.
And it's been sitting next to our stove. So when we cook, it gets hot and cold, hot and cold. And if you know anything about fermented alcoholic drinks, that is the absolute worst thing you want to do because it's going to spoil.
Yeah. Yep. So it's never gonna get drink. But
Yeah.
anyways, we had a whole bottle, and we decided to go to Big Al's because
Because we're man children. And we wanted to play some games.
We can't drive.
Yeah.
So we went over there because we're gonna have to kill time, and we went up to the bar. Like there's like a bar section, plus like pool
It's
tables.
the VIP.
Yeah.
There's upstairs VIP.
Yeah, and obviously you have to be 21 to enter. And they're just lonely guy bartending in there. We had like an actual talk with this guy.
He's a cool dude.
He's so cool.
I forget his name.
Yeah, you got his number in there.
Yeah, I got his number because I was hoping we could get him on the podcast. And I forgot his name.
But anyways, he got his free drinks.
Yeah, expensive.
Expensive free drinks. Like shout out to that guy. 100%. We were just two dudes that,
We were just chilling.
yeah, and we got free drinks, what guys can say that?
Well, yeah, for real. Yeah. Fucking no, this is honestly like if we have any sort of skill or anything, it's the gift of conversation, man.
Mm-hmm.
And that's so undervalued. I don't know, a lot of people nowadays are so introverted or they lack the desire to communicate with other people.
Yep.
And which is fine. I mean, if you want to keep it to yourself, I like to keep it to myself for the most part as well.
But when we're out and about, we love to communicate and like.
That's my only issue that I have with like the bar scene is like I would much rather sit down and like talk to people and have a good conversation with people than the whole dance about, prance about, try to make yourself look cool kind of deal. I'm like, dude, I just want to talk. I want to hear your story.
That's why I really like that one bar, the one that we went to,
the whiskey bar.
That whiskey bar, because there's no dance floor in there.
Yeah.
There's just pool tables
and
booths to sit down at, and an actual bar, obviously, but that's all that's there.
Yeah.
That's a perfect bar setting because you're gonna sit down, you're gonna have a drink, and you're gonna have a nice conversation, or you're gonna get fucking mad at pool and hate the world, I guess.
Yeah,
depending on if you're me.
Yeah, if you're Orlando, you better be on the winning side, or else you're gonna get hella grumpy.
Well, that's only if I'm drunk, though. That's.
Yeah. No, but I mean that's my only gripe with the bar scene or the club scene or whatever. But
yeah, if you ask us, like, don't get me wrong, we'll go to a club, we'll go.
Yeah,
we'll go have some fun, right? But
yeah,
if you ask us what our preference is, we'd rather have a bar where we can just sit down and
talk.
I don't care who it's to. Remember that one time when we it was like a few years back, and Halloween, and we had a fucking talk with Hulk Hogan, because it was
yes,
it was fucking hilarious. And that guy, wasn't he about to get his ass beat too?
Yeah, he was about to get his ass beat. I can't remember what he was doing.
Oh, he spilled whatever the fuck he had in his hand.
Oh, yeah, he spilled his drink on some dude's wife or girlfriend or something.
Something like that, yeah. And like they were like that guy that he spilled the beer on or his drink on, he was like ready to throw down. Like he was about to beat his ass.
This guy was pretty plastered though, and it was
Hulk Hogan was like fucked up.
It was a Halloween thing, and everyone was dressed up in little costume stuff. And Orlando and I were just having a drink, And
Oh, it's because they have a like a truck out there, a food truck out there.
Yeah.
And were we getting something to eat, or we were just there just
we didn't get anything to eat. We were just hanging out because we went out where the crowd was at, and we're talking to people and just having a good time. And we saw Hulk Hogan inside. That's when we first met him, because he's like, "Hell yeah, brother!" Yeah, and we went outside, and we're just going about our own business, and we look over, and Hulk Hogan's about to get his ass beat for for spilling his drink. For spilling his drink on this guy.
I feel like if it was a real Hulk Hogan, he'd
yeah.
No, dude, the other guy would have got his ass beat.
Game over. But either way, like that happened. I remember I stopped it because the guy was about to get his ass beat. And we're like, "Hey, he's drunk, man. Just give him a pass. Like, he's sorry, doesn't know what's going on. You can obviously, this guy's plastered. Just cut him a break."
Yeah, we de-escalated the situation there.
Yes, and then Hulk Hogan
had a moment with us too.
Yeah, had a moment, and we got him to say "Hell yeah, brother" a couple more times,
and then he started crying.
Yeah,
it was kind of sad. And then was it his girlfriend that came up?
Something like that.
His girlfriend or some girl that he was already with found him, and he's like, "Oh, thank you for taking care of him and everything." We're like, "Yeah, sure, yeah, go ahead."
Yeah, then we dipped. We ended up seeing Hulk Hogan at the next bar we went to. He definitely should have not been drinking anymore,
but he was drinking still.
Yeah, but you can't stop him, brother.
Dude, that was a good night, though.
Is that Hulk Hogan that says that, or is that Macho Man Randy Savage?
I think that was Macho Man.
I don't know. I'm not a wrestling fan, but either way, this guy was fucking funny.
Yeah, he was hilarious, and it was because the setting, right? Okay, so there's a bar on the inside, and then you go outside, and there's just picnic tables everywhere, and then at the end on the other side, before you hit the alley, there's a food truck where you get your food. So you get your drinks inside, you come outside, you sit down, and like I said, we were just chilling. We heard the kerfuffle.
Kerfuffle.
And we de-escalated the situation, and we had a nice talk with Hulk Hogan. Yeah, it was a good night. It was a good night. Did we get some free drinks from there too?
No. We got discounted drinks because an old friend of mine was a bartender there.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think she works there anymore.
I would be surprised if she does. It's been 4 or 5 years now since I haven't.
Yeah. But what was I gonna say?
No.
Yeah, but I guess the original conversation started with like
conversations at a bar.
Oh no, it started with Big Al's.
Oh yeah, because we went to. Well, again, it's because we had a conversation with somebody, and like, I don't know. That's the setting we'd like the most.
Yeah, dude, it was like you, me, and then like there was a couple that was there.
Oh yeah, but they weren't like talking to him or anything.
Yeah,
they were doing their own thing at the pool table.
Yeah, and I think there was like maybe one or two other straggler people. I don't remember there being hardly anybody.
There wasn't. And we're the ones that picked up a conversation with the guy, and he was like, we had a good like one-on-one discussion with him, and he liked us, and so
and I remember I was like, we're gonna close our tab, and I want us to get like a nice whiskey. So I asked him what the most expensive whiskey they had at this bar, and he said he had a Pappy Van Winkle 18, which is a very, very expensive bottle of whiskey, and he told us it was $45 a shot.
Oh my fucking God.
And I was like, I can't pay for that. But I was expecting him, like, because, you go to most, like, bars or a lot of dive bars, their most expensive bottles, like Jack Daniel's Single Barrel, or if you're lucky, they'll have what's that shit called? It's like McLaughlin or some shit like that.
Mm-hmm. That sounds familiar. Yeah,
so, something along those lines. But I mean, it's still like it's pretty cheap to get a shot. A bottle is probably around $100 mark, somewhere around that. But he had like a $1,200 bottle of Pappy Van Winkle and each shot was $45. And I think we went one step below that.
Mm-hmm.
And I can't remember what it was that he gave us, but we had already closed our tab, and then I asked him for one more, and he's like, "Dude, I can't find it on the register, and you guys already closed your tab." So I guess we're gonna bite this one, and
Yeah,
I
I
was like,
remember.
"This motherfucker,
Damn,
man."
dude, this guy is definitely a homie.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. And like I said, I got his number, but I forgot his name. So I mean, his phone number is somewhere in my
in
my
the
phone.
contact list somewhere
Yeah,
there.
but dude, I wonder if he's still bartending there.
Probably not.
Yeah, maybe not. I don't know. He told me he's going to school at Boise State. I think that's what he said to us, right?
Mm-hmm. I think so too. I was pretty fucking drunk, so.
Yeah. No, but anyway, yeah, that's just kind of our little activities, man. And what would you? How would you want to cap this one, Orlando?
um. Oh, hey. In case you guys haven't noticed, late in the news, because this guy's like kind of important to Mexicans, which was what we are.
Yes.
Um, Chenta died.
Chenta died,
At the
man.
recording of this, it's been a day since he's passed. Um, this guy is a fucking icon, dude.
Yeah, he's an icon. He's a legend. He's a really really important figure
All
for
Mexicans.
Mexican culture. Yeah,
Yeah.
man. It he's yeah, man. He's just one of the greats, and rest in peace. And he will be missed. I don't know how many times I've listened to his music.
Especially drunk.
Yeah, with a drink in my hand, or
You know,
that his music just hits your soul, and it brings out emotion, and the way he projects it is, his artistic talent is just unmatched in this mother.
the man's voice
Yeah.
is something else. He hits those fucking nice ass notes, and he has that. I don't know. It's just something else. I think it was like what 81 when he passed.
Yeah, he was 81.
He was 81. He lived. I would say 81's a nice long life. I would definitely, personally, it would be a nice long life if you lived to 81.
Yeah, for sure.
Especially because he was pretty active up until he died. Like honestly,
That is true.
I think he had a really bad fall, and so he hadn't done a show since then. But pretty close up until he died, he was doing like a show here and there.
Yeah, but man, he has the heart and soul of a mariachi, like 100%, man. Like, even in his later days, performing shows on horseback and with the horse dancing and prancing around,
Oh, dude,
and
those are some good ass stuff to
always,
see.
yeah, always in full mariachi like garb and costumes. I guess not really costume, but he was dressed in that way. Uh, that was him to the end, man.
Yeah. For those of you who don't know who we're talking about Vicente Fernandez.
Yes.
This guy, he dropped out of school, I think in the 5th grade. And he went to a restaurant to get a job. He was like a dishwasher. He was like a regular busboy. And at that same restaurant, he just kind of started moving up and started doing like a little show at that same place. And from there, he just grew with his singing and everything. And from there, it was just a hit. Like everybody in Mexico loved him. He made hundreds of movies. He also had hundreds of, well, not hundreds of albums, but he had a good amount of albums.
Yeah.
A lot of good songs. He even has a star at what's it called in
Hollywood Walk of Fame or whatever.
So this guy is big time, and we're all. I wouldn't say we're. I guess there's some sadness to it, but I mean,
yeah, we're all gonna miss him.
100%.
Yeah,
we're all gonna miss this guy. He's one of the biggest there is, especially for Mexican culture. He represented so much about it.
Yeah, and he did it so well,
especially in like the mariachi culture, which mainly stems from Guadalajara. So a lot of that became big just because of him.
Yeah.
You know, he's the one that made it popular and made it. I feel like he made it really acceptable to cry when you drink as a man.
Yeah.
And for that, may he rest in peace.
May he rest in peace, man.
This guy is a legend. His music will obviously live on forever. And
Yeah.
what a great career, what a great life.
Here's one.
One for Chente.
One for Chente, dude.
With that, I'd say we'd wrap this episode up. Thank you guys for listening.
Yeah, I just got to say one more thing before before we send this one home.
Mm-hmm.
I just want to thank everyone who's contributed to this podcast. I want to say thank you to Barnica, to Fly Like Sora, to Joey Dominguez, to my brother Jesus and Sam Ferguson, Hector G and Carlos. Jasmine, Daniel. Forgive me if I'm leaving anybody out, but
Jake
Gallegos,
Joe, and obviously Fly Like Sora and Megan and my little brother. You know, all you guys really contributed a lot to this episode, and thank you for the most wonderful year I've had so far this life.
For a wonderful year, for helping us start and get this podcast running, and you know, I'm so thankful, so grateful, and man, I'm excited for the years to come and to continue having fun creating this podcast and doing what we do and having great conversations with you guys, are great people, and the most important thing is you guys, the listeners, who keep engaging with us and keep us wanting to create more content, because we started this with no intention to make anything from it, but knowing that we're making content that you guys like. We absolutely love and appreciate the feedback and everything you guys do for us as the listeners and viewers. So I want to wrap up 2021 and say thank you guys to all of you. And
happy holidays.
Happy holidays. Yeah, Merry Christmas.
Happy holidays. Hope you have a good new year, because this should come out before the new year. Yeah, happy holidays. Hope you guys had a great time with your family and everything. This is all what this time is about. So, thank you guys.
So, be safe and stay thirsty.